the Wehiwehi cohort. Am I saying it right? Wehiwehi cohort?
Yeah.
Oh. That just had I had no idea it was happening.
Yeah.
Until a friend told me. And that was just a really cool one. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So the reason why you haven't heard of the Wehiwehi cohort is that this is the first one, and we've never really had anything like this. And so what it was, a really good friend of mine, Christopher K. Morgan, who has Moloka'i ties. He's a modern dancer, but his roots go back to Moloka'i. John Kaimikawa is his cousin. That was his first kumu. So even though he grew up on the continent in California, he's always had this connection to Hawaii. And he's just become not only an incredibly gifted dancer and modern dancer and creator, he's just someone that is he does so well existing in other spaces like I'm sorry, just pulling people together in a way that is like, okay, sorry, I'm not edit this better.
No worries.
Long story short,
it's like we're all humans.
Long story short, he brought a bunch of contemporary Kanaka artists together, dancers, actors, musicians, yeah, and was like, okay, well, let's build community. What can we do? How can we create a space where we feel supported? Because that's another thing about contemporary Kanaka artists. We're not male hula. We're not, hula dancers. We don't have the support of a halau. We don't have really the support of the community at times because, again, like the guy in the gym, like, oh, you're an actor. How did that happen? We exist in spaces that are sort of foreign to Kanaka. So we don't really have a strong community. So let's start one. Let's build one. And so that's sort of what Wehiwehi is. Let's build one and let's start in a place that is really weird, like Shangri-La, right? And Shangri-La is a space it's so layered with like a bunch of stuff. At the foundation is Kanaka, right? Because those rocks are Kanaka. That's us, and there's stories still in those rocks. But then layered on that were all of these mea from the East, all of these things, these, Islamic pieces that, probably shouldn't even be there. There they are. It's a complicated and weird space. So let's go into those spaces and reclaim those spaces, have Kanaka there, have dialogue about why it feels weird, and at the same time build community. Because that's, as contemporary artists, we love stuff like that. We love having dialogue about the weird stuff, and then we make some crazy art about it. So that's what Wehiwehi was, and that what you came to was sort of the culmination of a week long of us being in that space, meeting, talking story, and how we can move forward. So more will happen. So more people will find out about it. But that was just kind of like the very beginning of something pretty amazing.
Okay, well, I hope after that great showcase after this episode, a lot of people will know more about it.
Yeah.
That would be the goal.